if you want to kill your soil, I'm going to teach you how today. If you don't want to kill your soil, this is going to be a video on what not to do in your landscaping. So one of the things that we've been doing here at the farm has been removing all the landscape fabric that was buried underneath the mulch. When you bury landscape fabric under mulch, it creates layers of oxygen impermeability. That is, oxygen doesn't get down to the soil, water doesn't get down there, and organic matter never gets down there, which is the most important thing. So if you're depriving your soil of organic matter and depriving your soil life of organic matter, it's going to die. You're gonna end up with dead, cracked soil that looks like crap. So we're here in the area that we have been working on most recently, and we are converting an area here to native plants and prairie grasses. But I want to show you, we removed the landscape fabric today that has been here for 4 years and has had mulch on top. And I just want you to see what the soil looks like, because it is, I don't even think there's a word to describe how bad it is. It's really bad. Ay, look at the cracks in here. So poor. No worms. They can't break through here, but like there is still evidence of some kind of roots trying to make their way in here. So long term, this is what happens. This was the top of the fabric. So the soil was on the bottom. This was where the mulch layer was. So roots will find either a little hole like the ones made by fabric staples, or they'll find the spot where the two fabrics are overlapping, and that's where a root will come and it will spread like a network across the landscape fabric. Okay, so if you think that landscape fabric is doing anything to prevent weeds, it's not. Here's another example of why using landscape fabric where your planting areas are is a bad idea. You can see this is a grass that was planted. All of this underneath, this is the soil that was next to the plant. And as you can see, the plant never even extended its roots into that horrible soil. And so instead what the plant had done is it had found one little spot where a root could get out, and all of its roots were going that direction for this whole plant. So this is why I have a couple of these out near the barn that are younger and look much better. These ones have been in for 4 or 5 years, and they've been struggling because they just can't break through that awful dead soil. So we're gonna start with this compost layer. We're gonna add a little bit of mulch on top. We're gonna make sure we're keeping it moist, and that's gonna help bring our soil back to life. So here we are, we have applied a thin layer of compost. We're also gonna put down some wood chips just to help provide a little bit of moisture retention to the soil. It's going to help keep the temperature a little bit more even, so get rid of those temperature fluctuations, and that's going to help the microbes and the soil life really bring the soil back to life and make it growable and plantable again. Now we are making sure that we're keeping it moist, and that's definitely a key piece of this. Now that landscape fabric and all those layers ended up kind of depriving that soil life of a couple things, right? The oxygen is one, moisture is another, and the third was organic matter. So those are the three things that we're trying to add back into the soil. Now the moisture piece of this is really, really key. If we skip that moisture, then it's going to be hard for the soil life and for all of this good compost and microbes to work down into the soil and help soften it. So we're going to keep up with keeping this moistened, and we're also just going to leave this nice litter on top of the soil. Now in the spring, we're going to broad fork this just to help work that organic matter down a little bit deeper into the deeper layers of the soil. And you might wonder why we're not tilling this ground to help loosen it up. Well, what's going to happen with hard packed ground, especially clay like this, if we come in and we till it when it's hard packed, is that there's this deep layer that's happening right now of compaction. If we come in with our tiller, we're only going to get about this deep down into that compaction, and then there's still going to be compaction existing right here. So as this top layer gets decompacted, the plant roots can go down that deep, but then there's still this layer of compaction sitting right here, this hard pan, and the water is going to accumulate on top of that hard pan, and it can actually rot out the roots of our plants, and the roots won't be able to work really down into the soil. So that's why tilling is not the answer to a problem like this. If you till this, you're just going to end up with big clods of concrete soil, essentially. I'm anticipating this is probably going to take a good 6 months. So I'm gonna leave this basically from September until next spring, and then we'll pull it back. We'll give it a little broad fork just to work some of that down into the soil, and we'll see how it does. Now, I already know that a lot of you are going to say, well, why don't you use some compost tea or some fermented brews here in this area? And the reason is, I think that those things tend to overcomplicate what we really need to do, which is get organic matter back into the soil and give those microbes something to feed on and something to bring them back to life. Now, can you use compost tea? Yes. Is it going to hurt? No. Do I think it's an extra added step that's not really necessary? Yes. If we do a thin layer of good quality compost over the top of this and we keep it moist, so that moisture is working its way down into the soil and we're giving those microbes some organic matter to eat, then we are already doing what compost tea is intended to do. So save yourself that step. We will occasionally use compost tea for nutrients and that kind of thing, but do I think it's always necessary if you have good quality compost and you're applying it to the soil? No. So anyway, that's my answer to that question before you ask it, because I know you're going to. All right, guys, I hope this helped. If you have an area that you're trying to rehabilitate after you've had landscape fabric down, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below, and make sure you like and subscribe so you can tune back into when we plant this in the spring.